Welcome back to my channel, or welcome if you are new. My name is Meli. Today we're talking about all the books that I read that were better in audio. Let's dive in. Up first we have The Path to Loving Him by Megan Quinn. This was a landlord-tenant slash boss-employee type of relationship. The spice started in chapter 2 with a one-night stand, and these two could not keep their hands off of each other. I'm talking like if you want a female that likes to fuck just as much as the guy does, they both love to dirty talk, then this is the book for you. Definitely recommend in audio, but it does get spicy and it's not safe for kids in the car. The second one is The Let Them Theory by Mel Robbins. This is a personal development book, but I definitely recommend it for anybody who has anxiety or also has people-pleasing tendencies. She narrates the book herself and it is absolutely phenomenal to listen to. It's such an easy listen. It's perfect if you're going on walks, doing some self-reflection. I had a really good time listening to it. Next, oddly, we have two Ali Hazelwood books. That is Deep End and Not in Love. Not in Love was a workplace romance. They were two doctors that worked in research. I did not expect it to be as spicy as it was, but it definitely was way more dirty talk and more spicy than what I expected. And then we dive into Deep End, which was one of the most controversial books so far this year. In that book, you have a collegiate swimmer and a collegiate diver. They go to the same school. They're on the same competitive teams. The main male character has an accent, which I love to see. Anytime I can get an audiobook with an accent, I love it. It is like bread and butter. Now this one was made out to be more like a BDSM in nature, but I promise you it is not that way. It is more of like a male who likes to be dominant and a female who likes to be submissive, and the trust in between that type of relationship sexually. They don't go into detail really as far as like BDSM. There's some like off-page conversation that happens, but for the most part, this is for like the sexual tension. The sex scenes that we do get in this book were really good in my opinion. Up next we have the entire Rose Hill series. I'm talking Wild Love, Wild Eyes, and Wild Side, all by Elsie Silver. I've listened to all of these on audio and I absolutely love them. Definitely recommend. But just trust me on this, if you are a lover of like a rom-com girly with some dirty talk, definitely recommend. My two favorite of both of those series has to be Wild Side and Wild Eyes. Wild Eyes is known as Thick Thighs, and then Wild Side is a professional wrestler. I really enjoyed those. After that we have Beg, Borrow, or Steal by Sarah Adams. I laughed out loud so many times listening to this book with the banter and the pranks that they pull on each other and the things that they do. This is a like rivals to lovers type of situation, miscommunication. They're both teachers and they're both secret authors at the same time, so it was such a fun read. She basically talks the entire town into hating him and it was just pure comedy. Then we have Just for the Summer by Abby Jimenez. I love Abby Jimenez's writing. The way that she writes characters makes you fall in love with them, feel like they're real. Her character development from the beginning to the end of the books is like something to be studied. Listening to this in audio really helped me connect with characters more. It's the perfect read also for this time of year, like spring and summertime. In that situation, you basically have strangers to lovers. They meet through like a Reddit thread. They decide to date for the summer because everybody that they've both dated, once they break up with those people, they find the loves of their lives and they're always left in the dust, so they decide to date each other, and when they break up they hope to find their own loves of their entire lives, and you know where this is going. It was a phenomenal read. This is like a gothic slow burn romantasy. I mean, the romance is a subplot of this, so there's not a ton of romance in this book by any means, but the magic system, the complete immersion into this world is so unique compared to anything else that I had read up until that point. I loved it in audio. I love the sounds of the characters. It really made it even give like the spooky vibes when you're listening to it, so if you're gonna read that, definitely recommend the audio. The Mindfuck series by St. Abby, for sure. If you're an audiobook girly, you need to do this series in audio. Now it is 5 separate little novellas. Now you can get the omnibus if you're going to read it online. When it comes to the audio, they did them separately. So there's 5 different ones that you have to do. You do have to purchase all 5 individually, but they're not as expensive as you would think. I think they're like a couple dollars each, but it was so good. I loved the narrators in this. This book is a situation where it's a female serial killer and a male FBI agent. They fall in love and he's actually the FBI agent who's hunting her and he has no idea that it's who he's in love with. So good, one of my all-time favorite reads. Now if you are a dark romance girly and a rom-com girly, this next one really meshes the two together so well. It's Lights Out by Nevessa Allen. Really, I wouldn't even say it's a dark romance. It just has some darker elements to it, but it's fun and funny and smutty and spicy at the same time, but just like a super fun read throughout. This one also had me laughing out loud the entire time that I was listening to it. So if you need something that's a little uplifting but still smutty but still funny, that can pull you out of a rut, this might be it. And then last but not least, we have Butcher and Blackbird and Leather and Lark by Bryn Weaver. Both of the main male characters have accents in these books. These are basically female serial killers and male serial killers that fall in love with each other. The banter in this is phenomenal. The spice is great. The jealous main male characters is like phenomenal. It was so much fun to listen to. Now, whenever I'm listening to these audiobooks, I will first go to Libby. Libby is an app. It's like a completely free app, and it's associated with you having a library card. So if you don't have have a library card, they're completely free. You can sign up for your like local library card online. You don't even have to go into a location. And then you connect that library card or your library card number to your Libby app, which you download like in your Play Store, your Apple Store, whatever. And then you're able to check out electronically audiobooks and listen to them the same way that you would on any other platform. But here's the thing, some books, especially really popular books, tend to have super long holds on them. And so sometimes it'll be like 4 or 5 weeks until you can actually check it out. You can mark it to notify you whenever it's available. And then once you check it out, you have about 2 weeks. And then depending upon how popular it is, you can extend it past there if you need to. I will say in my personal experience, I've still signed up for books when they have like a 10-week wait. And it's really only taken like 2 weeks for me to get the book. So it hasn't been as long as what they said it was going to be. Now, if there is a book that came out that is so popular that the wait list is too long for me to even wait 2 weeks, and I am getting FOMO so freaking hard that I need to listen to it immediately, then I'll go to Audible. But before I go to Audible, I'll check to see if I could do the Kindle trick. Now, the Kindle trick is if you have Kindle Unlimited and this book is on Kindle Unlimited, if you go to Kindle Unlimited first and you download this book there, then you go to Audible and you go to buy the Audible book on Amazon or even in the Audible store, it'll be at a significant discount. I've gotten things on like crazy discounts. I'm somebody who literally does not want to use a credit unless I absolutely fucking have to. So I'll find any way to get things super cheap so I could just pay for them rather than using my credit. And I save my credit for things that are not on Kindle Unlimited or things that are like super expensive. Like if you've seen the Quicksilver audiobook, I think it's like $40 for that. Absolutely not. So I used your credit for that one. Please let me know down in the comment section below if you've read any of these or if you're putting any of these on your TBR. Make sure to subscribe so you don't miss any future uploads, and I'll see you next week. Thanks so much for watching. Bye, friends.